as things go, Hamas and groups that have aligned themselves with Hamas in Palestine are looking towards the future, right? Um, I like to think they're optimistic in the fact that Israel is going to be defeated and the world's going to rise up and stop these evil creatures. I would like to think so. Um, and that being said, Hamas has to look to the future. And so they're looking at, they're looking towards China um, as far as like getting some guidance. So this is from Al Jazeera. Hamas and Fatah signed unity deal in Beijing aimed at Gaza governance. The factions have agreed an interim national reconciliation government should be formed. So Palestinian factions have signed a national unity agreement aimed at maintaining Palestinian control over Gaza once Israel's war on the enclave concludes. The deal, finalized yesterday in China after 3 days of intense talks, lays the groundwork for an interim national reconciliation government to rule post-war Gaza, said Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi. The agreement was signed by long-term rivals Hamas and Fatah, as well as 12 other Palestinian groups, that's key, right? I think and you see this in France too, with these groups that are aligned on similar lines, but don't really work together well, but they decided to come together for the greater good, as it were. And now you're seeing that with the Hamas. That's a good step for them. So today we sign an agreement for national unity, and we say that the path to completing this journey is national unity, said senior Hamas official Musa Abu Marzouk at a news conference in Beijing. Mustafa Barghouti, Secretary General of the Palestinian National Initiative, one of the 14 factions to sign the accord, told Al Jazeera the agreement goes much further than any other reached in recent years. He said its four main elements are the establishment of an interim national unity government, the formation of unified Palestinian leadership ahead of future elections, the free election of a new Palestinian National Council, and a general declaration of unity in the face of ongoing Israeli attacks. The move towards a unity government is especially important, he said, because it blocks Israeli efforts to create some sort of collaborative structure against the Palestinian interests. And I think that's what's been hamstringing the Palestinians a lot over the last 78 years of occupation, or however long it is. Because and you see that here in America, you sow discord amongst the people. And that is what's been happening with the Palestinians. So now they're trying to counteract that by coming together. And China, you say, look, these people like, oh, China's evil, China's it's like, dude, they're making peace deals. They're building like trains and bridges all over the place. What are you doing? You're bombing them. You're bombing trains. You're bombing hospitals. You're bombing candy carts. Who the fuck wants to work with you? You're bombing candy carts. Dumb shit. Fuck off. Anyway, Ukraine said, hey, good idea. Seeing how that's about to wind down over there, Ukraine's foreign minister arrives in China to discuss, quote, fair peace. And there he is right there at a karaoke bar in China. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not quite sure where he is. Looks like he's on a panel, like a game show. This is from Reuters. Ukraine's foreign minister arrived in China yesterday for talks with Foreign Minister Wang Yi. That's a busy man on ways to achieve a fair peace in the war with Russia, and also discuss bilateral relations. Dimitro Kuleba's visit is the first by a high-ranking Ukrainian official since Russia's full-scale February 2022 invasion, which China, the world's second-largest economy, has not publicly condemned. Why would they? They're the C and the B. They're the C and the R in BRICS, so why would they? Kuleba said he would hold extensive, detailed, substantive negotiations with his Chinese counterpart, but did not say when the talks would happen. He said earlier his trip would continue until tomorrow. He says, we must avoid competition between peace plans. It is very important that Kiev and Beijing conduct a direct dialogue. He wrote in a statement on Instagram. He didn't say it. That was just me. Announcing his arrival in China. Various peace initiatives have emerged in recent months ahead of a U.S. election in November that could see the return of the White House of former President Donald Trump, who has threatened to cut vital aid flows to Ukraine. The United States, under President Joe Biden, has been Ukraine's biggest backer, but he's only got a few more weeks. And then, tootsie, goodbye. Tootsie, don't cry. And even if Kamala takes over, yeah, that's probably not gonna happen.